Hey friends, so it's official. Jonathan has agreed to let me interview him. I am super excited for you guys to hear what he has to say, just about his experience and things like that. Um, we literally haven't been around each other for like 15 minutes at a time for the past 2 weeks. Like, when I say I have turned the bedroom into my room only, and he's like in the living room, like, I am so serious about that. Like, we have not come in contact with each other for longer than 15 minutes at a time. So when I go in there, I'm gonna interview him, but he's not gonna let me do it without having something like covering my face, just so we are like not contaminating each other. So when I do interview him, it may sound a little muffled, but hey, whatever works. And hopefully, after this interview, maybe he will like it and want to do it again. So we'll see. Here goes nothing.
So, how did you feel in the moment when you had to take me to the hospital?
Um, you wanna know my honest opinion? That you weren't listening. Like it was hard trying to actually get you to like, maybe because you were like, you know, maybe you were like, I mean, part of the symptoms is like delirium and like not being like coherent properly. So I chalk it up to probably that's part of it. But like, you didn't want me to like call an ambulance and stuff like that, and I'm just like, well, if you can't breathe, like, we kind of gotta call an ambulance, like, because I don't even know what hospital to go to and things of that nature. But I mean, anytime situations happen like so, that was frustrating, and I wanted to like call like your parents and like let them know what was going on. And even though they might panic and stuff like that, it's still like you gotta do it. Um, because God forbid something happened and then we call them and I gotta explain that to them. So, but anyway, that's beside the point. But I mean, other than that, like trying to like like get you to a point where like we can like figure out what we need to do and stuff like that. Um, I just look at those situations as like you can't really. It's not really a time to panic, and like the way you like keep, or at least I try to like keep myself from like panicking. Is just like put everything in like its own box and just do it. So like the next step is call the ambulance. That's all I'm focused on is calling the ambulance and getting the ambulance and figuring out what hospital to go to. But yeah, that's pretty much that situation.
So, how are you feeling?
I feel fine now. I still can't smell anything. Um, and that's been, even though I lost my sense of smell after you did, it's still like been a while now. So, because we've been sick for about, I think it's 15 days at least 15 days we've like shown symptoms of being sick. Probably had it for 5, 6 days before that when we were up here. So probably caught it when we got just out and about in New York. Um, but just that. So yeah, my smell is still gone, and like it's weird because like I can almost like tell, like I can't tell, like Push can't tell, you can't. I mean, you can know you can't smell anything, but it's like I can tell like my nose feels like weird, not like in a negative sense of like bad or anything, but it feels like it's like I don't know if you can like I feel like I lost my sense of smell. If you can say like it has a feeling to it, that's what it feels like. It feels like my nose hasn't smelled anything, and it's like reacting in the way that it hasn't smelled anything in a while. So I don't know if that's any type of medical thing or anything like that, but I guess it's probably one of those like I guess just reactions your body has when you lose like one of your senses or whatever, like things like start feeling different or acting differently. So that and just like chest pains, like here and there, I wouldn't put them as pains. I take that back because I don't want anybody to get the wrong impression like that. I'm like struggling to breathe or anything like that. But like it'll be just like little pains here and there. So it might be like up here, then it might be like down here, it might be and then like in my diaphragm area, or like most like in my rib cage. So I mean I don't really know. I mean it's probably it's more likely from my understanding of it because the infection was in your lungs that area. I'm wondering if there's like if it does any type of scarring to like your cartilage or tissue inside your like chest cavity, and maybe that's what it is, the lung tissue. But I don't know for a fact, and I don't. It's not nothing that's like debilitating or anything that like keeps me doing anything. I don't have any problems breathing. Like I do breathing exercises to make sure that we do things like that. I've exercised and ride the bike, so I think it's just something that's like a lingering. Usually when I get sick, things kind of linger, but but it's not nothing that's gotten worse. It's getting better, and I've seen other people talk about it and say it could be something that just kind of hangs around and take Tylenol and practice do breathe exercise to kind of like get your chest cavities to kind of working like how it's supposed to, I guess, again. But it's something I keep an eye on and monitor and things of that nature. But I know at this point, if I go back to the hospital, it's gonna probably give me another pill and send me back home. So unless it gets to the point where like I'm like I can't breathe or anything like that, then I'll. But it's not something I'm overly concerned about. Just it's more annoying than anything. So it's like if you had a crook in your neck or something like that.
So do you have any worries about bringing your son into the world right now?
No, not really. I mean, of course. I mean, I have worries. I have worries that anybody would have. Not particularly worried about it. I had worries before a pandemic came. Like once I like knew I was having like a child, like you automatically, I guess that's like your indoctrination of being a parent. But of course, like I hope he's healthy. I hope he's growing right. Like I had worries when we went to the anatomy appointment. I had worries when we go to every doctor's appointment. Heartbeat. I want to see what it looks like. Make sure he's growing right and things of that nature. So I have general worries. So like that doesn't change anything. It doesn't change like just because it's like the world is burning around us. Like it doesn't change anything. Like baby's still gonna come, and I still have the same concerns that I had beforehand. I mean, just that's like an extra concern on top of it. But I don't know. I don't really try to too much to think about like things I can't control. So I can't control the pandemic. I can't control like what the world is gonna look like in a month and a half. Where we're gonna be, what the hospital says we can and can't do. All I can control is like what happens prior to the baby being born and what happens after that I can like physically control. So the things that I can control is the things that I like concern myself about or try to keep my focus on. But the things that I can't control, then I don't really like. There's no point. You just deal with the situation. So when it comes to like the pandemic thing or whatever, like yeah, it's concerning and yeah, I wish it wasn't this and I wish it wasn't the case. But I also know I'm not the only person dealing with it. I'm one of thousands that's dealing with it, and it's just something that's just it is what it is. You just kind of gotta like deal with it. So you can't really be like, oh, this is so woe is me and instead of third, because it could be 10 times worse. Everything could be 10 times worse on top of things being what they are. So you gotta look at it like that, and that's how I approach it. So nothing more so than my general concerns that I've always had from day one are always still my number one concerns. Outside of like, I don't really think about the things I can't control. I just think about so he's healthy and fully functioning, healthy kid. That's all I care about. So other than that, I deal with it. I figure out everything else. That's my biggest concern.
Okay. So do you have any last words?
Take it serious. Don't take it as a joke. Stay in the house. Cause like I said before, like there's nothing worse than like not being able to like catch your breath. It's a very scary thing. Or you see somebody that you know and love and care about saying that they can't breathe, and like you really have the thoughts in your mind going through your mind of like, yo, I'm in a life or death situation now, and like how are you gonna handle it? Like this really could be a life or death situation. How you gonna handle it? So the best way not to have to deal with that is just to do like what people say do. Like what all epidemiologists say do is, take care of yourself, try to stay hydrated, try to eat right, try to like, do precautionary things, take vitamin C, all those type of things you can do just so when you do get sick, because if you go out and do what you want to do, you're gonna get sick anyway, regardless. Like you really got to try to stay in the house as much as possible. But so if you do get sick, at least your body be prepared to deal with it, and you won't be like a step behind the 8 ball. Because if you kind of behind the 8 ball with this, like it's gonna catch you. Like, it's like you can't outrun this. Like, you're not gonna be like, oh, I'm sick and I'm gonna take 2 days before I start taking some medicine. No, like, as soon as you start feeling something, you just jump on it, start hydrating yourself, start taking medication, Tylenol, whatever you got, because it's not just because you're young, whatever. It's very scary, and like, you really don't. And I'll be honest with you, like, a lot of doctors and stuff don't know necessarily what all the effects are. So you don't want to, it's just a strange sickness and a virus, and that's unknown. You don't want to, put yourself in a situation where you're dealing with the unknown. Like, we didn't even put ourselves in a situation. We just so happened to, like, this was like put on us because of just the date and times, and just we just in this epicenter of it. So, but other than that though, take care of each other. Try to, like, do your part, wash your hands, try to stay home, cover your face when you go out. Try to stay out of groups, don't be hanging out, doing all that mess. Just, like, try to, like, bear down and, like, hope for the best. And, like, know that everything is going to be okay at the end of the day. And like I said, we're fine. And thank you much, everybody, again, for everything. And all the well wishes and notes and comments and all that is super appreciated. And please send them. Still continue to send them here. Continue to send most of them to my son. And make sure that he's fine in there and everything's going good with him. All those well wishes, and send them out to everybody else too. Because there's a lot of people out here that, especially in this city right now, that need a lot of help. Like, so, and some people not giving it to them, or they could use a prayer too. So.
Guys, so I'm back in my cave now. Jonathan just finished the video, and honestly, he did great. Like, he just kept giving more and more and more. I did have to kind of, like, chop and screw the video because it was like 25 minutes of content. So don't judge my editing skills because they're not the greatest. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy. If you have any questions, let us know.